Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel. I'm bringing the Southeast Asia Regionals, possible last game of the day, match number 6, Group B. It's GDG9 versus Renovatio 1. And this is going to be it, man. Game number 2, we're going to Infernal Shrines. The draw just started. Let's go into it. So far, it looks like a very close game 1, and it is actually very close. Renovatio 1, the pride of the Philippines, and Greedisgood, probably just the best team out of Thailand right now. Infernal Shrines, it is. Band's going to be Tessadar as well as Regar. I like that Tessadar band. Zagara first pick, definitely a great pickup for Greedisgood. But Renovatio probably want to lock in a Grey Main Li Ming. If it's not going to be Li Ming, they will want to go for some good support. So Regar, with Regar already banned, Uther would be a good pick as well. Plus the fact that they already started the same drafting pattern in the last game. So they went for Grey Main Uther and then they followed up with some really, really nice range damage dealers along the way. Sonya, Muradin, two very good warriors. Now for Greedisgood, they got 2 more picks here. If GDG don't want to lose that Sonya Muradin, they have to pick it right here. That is the message Renovatio is sending out. You cannot be too greedy and go for an ETC to Ronda. Zagara is so good. Just now that game was such a waste for GDG9. They had the best mosh pit. It was so beautiful. Just a lack of damage. Probably want to consider going for Jaina instead of Feldstad. But Feldstad actually saved the team quite a few times. So, man, it's still going to be close. Okay, GDG9. Definitely they want to pick up the Sonya here. In the last game, it's already very obvious that they were looking for a Sonya, but they just don't have that, because that was snatched by Renovatio 1. Here, GDG9, if they go for the Sonya, I will also want to have them pick up another warrior. Solo Sonya is not good. All right, Muradin, that's fine. You want to go for Muradin to Ronda? No more ETC, you got to ban out the ETC next. And I think GDG9 is just still deciding on that. On the side of Renovatio, they already are thinking possible counters against this Muradin. And can they get that Sonya again? So here you want to pick Ronda, you have to ban the Sonya or ETC. You pick Sonya, you don't have to ban Ronda, you can still wait for it. Yeah, it's going to be the Sonya. So pretty clear that decision there. Renovatio 1 now with 1 ban. It's not going to be ETC. It has to be a support. Solo Uther already getting picked up there. Probably want to decide to ban out the Ronda. It depends whether they think that Ronda did a great job last game. To be honest, Kakarot's Ronda was a little bit out of position sometimes, and that cost them some portions of that game. If they want to go for range damage dealer, they can also try and ban out a Jaina, Li Ming. Those are possible options here. But Renovatio is going to have the first dips in the second picking phase. So, second ban right now. What does Renovatio want? They're going to ban out the Ronda. All right, so GDG9 being too greedy, thinking that they can get the Ronda post first pick. And now Greedisgood, they're going to have to decide what they want to ban out as well. I would ban out Li Ming, Jaina, range damage dealers, Feldstad. You got to decide, really. Feldstad is actually a very good ban here because Zagara's Devouring Maw will set up, the space you need. The other one to ban out would be an ETC. ETC with Divine Shield, Mosh Pit, that is actually very devastating. So note, they ban out Tyrell instead. Probably thinking that Tyrell's a great counter against Sonya. They don't want to work against that. So, all right, Renovatio now, 2 more picks it is. We have the Filipino team now deciding what they want. This is the key moment of the draft. It could go either way. So you could still go melee assassin with Thrall. You could still go range assassin here with Jaina, Li Ming. Very, very open and flexible draft. The key questions here is how do you deal with Sonya and Zagara? That's about it. Muradin's not a big of a deal. It's just it would just be the Sonya that you have to worry about. Do they want to go for Anubarak, for Cocoon? We've seen some teams pull that off today, but it was not very effective. Would Chun be a viable option to try and just segregate a back line? Do they want to go for Li Ming Thrall? That's a great merger of both ideas right there, but they need a strong warrior at the end, and it looks like it's going to be a Johanna. Or ETC. Greedisgood now with 2 more picks after this one. Don't see them picking up the ETC, so Renovatio doesn't need to worry about a warrior at this stage. Going for Thrall is pretty good. Now GDG9 with 2 more picks here. And currently just going to say that this is actually going to be a possible last game here. 1-0 in favor for Renovatio. And GDG9 needs to win this one to bring it to a 3rd game. But this is the last match. May not be the last game, but it is the last match. So GDG9 needs a support. They need to think they want to snatch the ETC. Going for Malfurion, okay. Just generic overall heals. I have no impression of a successful Malfurion from GDG9 before, so I'm not gonna say that they have got huge success with this guy before. If I am not wrong, it will have to be, Abruzzi is not going to be playing that one. Yeah, Scarecrow probably going to be playing as Malfurion. Scarecrow doesn't strike me as an impressive Malfurion player, probably because he didn't have the chance to play Malfurion before. But we'll have to see. Last pick here. Are you going to try and snatch away the ETC? Or are you going to try and... they still have Johanna. You cannot stop them from picking a warrior, which they will do so. But this is the tricky part. How are you going to work around the ETC? Zeratul, okay. Wow, 3 frontliners, 1 Malfurion healer. This is already a recipe for disaster for a few reasons. Karazin would have been a lot better healer in the front line if you want to have this kind of a dive-centric composition. Malfurion's heals are just really slow. It's basically nerfed already. Like, Regrove's very good in the early game right now, which means that they're going to have the early game lead. And it will be the ATC last pick there. Shadow picked up already. I like Renovatio's draft a lot better. I like it a lot. I know GDG9 is trying to draft around this team, but it's almost impossible. They have the best opener going in. Greymane Uther. And you also see them going for Liming Thrall, which is a lot of damage. Now, you can still take this team apart, but that's basically going in to do a lot of range AoE damage, which GGG9 doesn't have. And that's not because the team doesn't have a good healer, but rather because the team actually has got a very nice solo single target healer, Uther. So when you go in, you want to do AoE damage. Kilthus, you want to have like a Jaina, you want to have like those range damage dealers. They decided to pick Sonya for themselves, which is okay. But Zeratul as the last pick, without a consistent range AoE damage dealer, and a solo Malfurion for heals, could be devastating. We don't know how fast Strongest Fingers are, but if he can put up a good Divine Shield and Cleanse, he can effectively stop your Devouring Maw on 2 targets. That would be mind-blowing. That would be mind-blowing. All right, so what's at stake here? Now, if Renovatio wins this 2-0, they're going to go into day 2, which is tomorrow, with the top seed, going into the winner's bracket. GDG9, because they also lost the Relics, they will be going in the 3rd seed. But if GDG9 wins here, and wins the next game as well, the next 2 games, this one and the following one, well, that's going to be very different. That will be a 3-way tie, and we'll be looking at map differential points, which would show Renovatio as on top, so they still go through. But GDG9 up against Relics, that's going to be tricky. You're going to have to do some mathematics calculation on the side. So they decide to go for more single target bursts with Zeratul, Sonya, Zagara with a single target, just consistent damage. It's now going to be enough for a pickoff against Divine Shield. Thrall has got some form of sustain. ETC would maybe want to go for more of like heals. So very exciting. Very, very exciting series here. Renovatio 1 up against GDG9. This is going to be it. It's going to set the pace for tomorrow. Tomorrow's series going to be very exciting for me. All right, loading into Infernal Shrines. Now, don't forget that because it's Infernal Shrines, it's important to have heroes like Sonya, heroes like Zagara, Malfurion. They all clear the gardens very well. Liming's not so much. Greymane's still pretty okay, but if you look at it from this angle, you would notice for sure that Renovatio does not have the best strategy to try and pick off the objectives, and that would be a little bit worrisome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for what could be the last time for today, we are now going into game number 2, match 6 of Group B, Renovatio 1, representing the Philippines. Ha-ha! We'll be playing as the ETC Stronger onto the Uther. Hiskoa will be your Grey Main Misery Pro is going to be playing as the Leeming last but not least VYY onto the Thrall. And straight out of Thailand on the red team, we got GDG9. Good is good. Give it up for the team. Vashdog will be playing as the Zeratul. Scarecrow will be playing as the Sonya instead. Rinza gonna be on the Murden. Abruzzi gonna be the Malfurion, and Error will be a Zagara. So this is very different from what I expect. I actually expect the Scarecrow to be playing as the support because he was the sole to run the last game. But here it's actually gonna be Abruzzi. So they have 2 flex players. They were switching around the roles a little bit, and Error taking a bit of a damage already from Leeming's Arcane Up. So good. Power Hungry getting picked up. Looks like it's going to be Wolfheart as well. Oh, no, sorry, Viciousness. Color is a little bit different. Shando's Clarity on the Malfurion, by the way. Also going to see the War Paint up on Sonya. Reverberation. And Regen Master going to get picked up here by Zeratul. So those are the talent options that actually matter. For Thrall, going for Seasoned Marksman. So more of a right-click build compared to just a Chain Lightning. Rinza misses the Storm Bolt. Currently still very fair in terms of level here. And in terms of lane allocation, I would say that Zagara bottom is a very good option. She's going to be able to provide some vision here, and this is a very important lane. Now top lane Scarecrow, a little bit of trouble, haha, with another face melt. And Hiskoa trying to go in for a kill here. But Scarecrow buying a lot of time, will be okay at the end, dropping a lot of HP. Rinza and Abruzzi swings by. You see the regrowth being used onto Sonya. And very dead even game. Even right off the bat, you see Leeming just taking down a small wall, taking down a lot of HP on that tower, but still no EXP lead yet for the blue team. Shrine gonna activate in the mid area, and this is pretty interesting to see. This mid lane Shrine does not have any advantage for both sides. Seems to be very, very fair and even. If it's a top lane Shrine, though, would definitely favor red team because Zagara is going to soak the bottom lane. But mid Shrine, this could be anyone's game. Hahar taking a bit of a damage, pulls back out. It's going to be a Mota Punisher. A BYY, a bit of a damage there, going through some self-sustain. Error again with some kites there. But already 12 against 1 only. ETC swings by. You got to be very careful here if you're the blue team. You know you're not good with objectives, so that's the tricky part. Rinza with a good stun on Greymane, preventing some further damage from Rinza's swipes. Zeratul, though, getting locked down. Zeratul needs to blink back out. It will be okay for now. Just in the nick of time, very clutch place there. Vashdog nearly died. 14 against 8 right now. Scarecrow having to just whirlwind his way through this all. Because it's not a Chain Lightning build, you don't see it being very effective, but you still have Ride the Lightning, which is 2 additional targets. Rinza in the meantime takes a bit of a beating. VYY also getting locked down. Rinza still no Storm Bolt yet, it's on cooldown. Power Slide from Mahar secures a little bit. Zeratul overextends, will go down. Hiskoa now also in a little bit of trouble. Rinza takes the fall as well, 2-4 exchange. And all of a sudden, Renovatio in a great spot. Scarecrow looking to go down as well. That's a 3-4 exchange. It's still going to have to wait for Zeratul to come back out here. Almost 1 full level lead for Renovatio 1. GDG9 overextensions. Very, very classic overextensions there. In terms of talent option, do note that it's dominance on Leeming. So every single time she's going to take down, she's definitely going to restore a lot more HP, 25%. That just keeps her going. Vashdog comes by, but now the Guardian count's somewhat similar. Need that Sonya ASAP. She's coming in last. Haha, goes in for a power slide. 34 against 36. 37, both sides. Still going. Another red cleave, 39. And it looks like it's going to be a red Punisher just barely. By the breath of a hair, you can see the red team is sweating so much over getting this Punisher. And it's all not really going to matter at the end. But Zeratul already on the top lane just soaking up. ETC also going to be here looking for a power slide for harassment. Singularity Spike going out already. Punisher jumps across the wall. That'll be the death of the Punisher. They're also going to be able to get some structures here. Would love to have Zagara in the bottom lane, but Sonya is actually going for Mercenaries first, which is actually a pretty good strategy. I like this momentum from GDG9. They know what they're doing. So close. Renovatio nearly got that Punisher. Just so close. But like I said before this game started, you don't have the best heroes to clear those Guardians. So it's kind of tricky for Renovatio 1 to be able to just surge ahead. And it's just that 0.5% advantage that GDG9 has because they got the Sonya, they got that Zeratul. And even the Zagara, Malfurion, just a 0.5% extra advantage. That allowed them to get back into this game. In terms of talent options right now, Incendiary, Elixir, as well as Thrall going for follow through. You also see the loudspeakers, Calamity. So it's a bit of like I think it's going to be a teleport build. Cleanse ult's coming for Uther, and on this side, looks like it's going to be Searing Attack. So right-click Zeratul with Master Warp Blade, like that a lot. Very different from the one we saw just now. The other Zeratul today played Vorpal Blade, and also a right-click build, but not Searing Attacks. Searing Attacks consumes too much mana, so it's pretty tricky to pull that one off. Plus, you don't have extra mobility, so no Vorpal Blade, that's kind of hard to pull off. There's also the follow-through on Sonya. Better momentum going to come up for Zagara. Last but not least, also going to be the Enduring Growth on the Malfurion. Piercing Bolt on Muradin. So very standard builds for the rest of them. Key thing to note is that there's no Drought Overflow, so Greymaine's going for a bit more survival build right now. Level 8 both sides, and still you have Renovatio 1 slightly ahead. Negligible EXP lead so far, but GDG9, they need to make something happen. The next temple's, rather shrine is going to spawn right now. And Error getting some heals from a regrowth. Actually, not regrowth. That's that would be Innovate. The trade of Malfurion. Haha, a little bit of trouble there. Rinzal looking for the stun. Perfect lockdown. The cleanse from Stronger, very on point. And Hahari gonna be fine. Great save there by the Uther player. Just such a good cleanse. Shrine is now active, and they can just summon their Guardians right now. Rinza just posturing once again, and Zeratul looking for an angle to go in from the back, but they're all just looking for EXP. They want to get a level 10. It's gonna be a while. 14 against 3. And that lockdown against Muradin, no dwarf toss, and Muradin does go down. Fantastic lockdown there. Just that chain stun being very effective. Scarecrow now, a little bit of trouble. There's not a Mystical Spear. I don't think you remember that. And Sonya goes down at the end as well. 2 men down on the side of GDG9. Renovatio now looking like they are actually going to be able to pick up this Punisher. But 15 seconds before Sonya respawns. And they're also already level 10. So it's Disintegrate, it's going to be Divine Shield, Mosh Pit, Thunder Ring, go for the Throat. Straight up standard picks there, nothing too surprising. Top lane, Abruzzi is going to be here. Vashdog, they're both going to try and get some value out of this lane push here. But it looks very much convincing that it's going to be a bottom lane Arcane Punisher for Renovatio 1. GDG9 barely hits level 10. And then there we go. Void Prison, Wrath of the Berserker, Avatar, Devouring Maw, as well as the Tranquility. The bait across the wall here by Zagara, very nicely done. Sonya getting rooted there by the Pharaoh Spirit. But Sonya is going to be here. It should be an easy takedown against the Punisher. Seismic Slam is very effective. There we go. Over and over again. Yet another stun, but Scarecrow is going to be fine. Top lane, some damage dealt there on the structures, but not enough for a kill. Vashdog in the mid area, going to be very careful here. And we have the Face Melt just reviewing Vashdog. And on this side, you see Scarecrow going in for the Kashras now. Level 10 against level 11. Half a level lead for the Filipino team. They won this win. They want to go into tomorrow's game in a top spot. So far, so good. The Kashras in the bottom lane should be going towards the Filipino team as well. But the EXP now just slowly catching up, coming up from GDG9. Top lane. That's the reason why Vashdog soaking up the lane pretty well. Hahar with a bit of a top lane rotation. Rest of the 4-man squad on Renovatio in the bottom lane. Just applying some pressure. Arcane Up connecting on Scarecrow. Speaking about Arcane Up, it's not a full-on Triumvirate Arcane Up Zay's Vengeance build. This is just a Calamity looking like it's actually going to be a teleport build. So definitely going to be very careful here. Maybe the Illusionist as well as the Diamond Skin's going to get picked up next. But there is no hot and fast build for Li Ming. So, still pretty viable. Rinza, Stormbolt connects beautifully, but Haha swings by for a save. Iskoa now, coming in as well. Abruzzi going for some heals. No Entangler, or just going to be the Moonfire there. Scarecrow waiting. Not going to be able to wait much longer. Avatar ring pop by Rinza and Tangler connecting very nicely. Also going to see the Tranquility. That's it. You see the Mosh Pit connecting on the back lines, but is there going to be now two members in the Void Prison? It's a good trade. There goes the Sundering, and still you don't see a kill just yet, but Scarecrow, the first target to go down. Vashdog now, and a great Divine Shield by Stronger to keep the Greyman alive. Vashdog still having to pull back out. His score wants this kill, but not going to be in range for it for the Dark Flight. It's a 1-for-1 trade on both sides. Rinza re-engages, goes back in. Stronger takes a bit of a beating from the Hunter Killer. Vashdog up against Misery Pro. No more skills on that part, but he goes in for Stronger. Misses the Singularity Spike. Stronger still alive somehow. How is that guy still alive? 3 men down on the side of the red team, but the Uther still sustaining through this entire fight, putting the Filipino team on top. 13 against 12 to get an extra talent option right now. The Shrine activating on the top lane as well. 15 seconds before Zeratul respawns. And you see the face smell getting picked up. Giant Killer, I like that a lot. It's very effective against Murdin, against Sonya. You also see Running Wall getting picked up by the Greymane. Illusionist, yes, it's a teleport build on Li Ming. Shrink Ray there for Uther. Very nicely done. So level 13 just hit here for GDG9. Looks like a wormhole, as well as Thunder Strike, Spell Shield, Group Spines. And that is actually not going to be the Mutalisk. That would just be increased range and damage for the Hunter Killer. Ice Block as well, going to get picked up there by Malfurion. Hopefully this works out here for Error, because no Mutalisk, very hard to catch targets. But very nice if you have slows, if you have like stuns. That's actually pretty hard to pull off. Scarecrow trying to fight for some grounding in the Shrine area. Error. Devouring Maw is available for use anytime. 30 seconds cooldown. We already see Ruffled Berserker being used by Scarecrow. She's just sustaining through her Ruffled Berserker right now. 12 against 12. Still very even. 13 against 14. And it's 8 kills against 1. That's how ridiculous this is for Ren 1. They have been killing a lot of people, but still very nicely done here to keep it relevant from GDG9. VYY with his Sundering again, and the Mosh Pit connecting the backline is not going to be good enough though. Still have a bit of extra heals from Tranquility, but there is not going to be a Devouring Maw. And that's it. We also see the Void Prison connecting on 2 daggers from both sides. A Bruzy going down Scarecrow, trying to run away. This fight is won by the Filipino team. Renovatio once again proving that they're ahead. And no Mystica Spear, it's only a Spell Shield, so Scarecrow cannot use the Ancient Spear to run away easily. We see Hahar going for a 1 to 2 man stun. Murden going down. Vashdog in a lot of trouble. Vashdog goes down. Scarecrow against his core. And Sonya goes down. It's a 5-man team wide. We got Renovatio 1 clearly in the lead. They will be able to get this Frozen Punisher. And there will also be a top lane push coming out already. Still not game yet. Still far from it. But the Zagara catch though. Fantastic decisions coming up from the ETC, the Mosh Pit going in, and that worked out very well. Now 33, don't think that Zagar can do anything. Malfurions in the mid lane trying to just take this slow. What GDG9 really needs is that power spike at level 16. I think that's really important. Some questionable talent options if you ask me. I will not go for Spell Shield. Would have gone for Mystica Spear, and on this side for Zagara, definitely the Mutalisk, but this is just a Group Spine. Having the wormhole makes Zeratul somewhat like a range assassin. He can go in, poke with Cleave, and get back out. 2 seconds only though. So that's pretty hard to pull off. 39 it is. And Murden just not able to do anything. His Koa goes in, picks up one final Guardian. Frozen Punisher pushing up the top lane. The only reason why Renovatio is doing that, and that was really smart, is because they want to get level 16 first. That's almost guaranteed a fort here if they get level 16. Because of their level lead. If they can force a fight, they further the lead against GDG9, which is what they're trying to hope for here. Stronger looking for a stun. Vashdog already with the blink back out. Bottom lane though, you see Era and Scarecrow with a bit of their own push, trying to get some EXP soaked up. They will not defend the top fort. Punisher is still at 50% HP. And there will come a time where they actually need to come back home to defend. Haha are going to be here. 4 versus 3 at best in the top lane. But don't see the Malfurion or Zeratul going to the top lane to defend. And the Punisher is still going strong. 40% HP. Don't think it's actually going to be a keep here. That's actually a dream come true for Renovatio. Vashdog going in. Some extra damage onto Li Ming, but she does have the diamond skin getting picked up there from the teleport. And bottom fort will go down. So it's a fairly good trade, but they lose the front structures here for the tier 2 on the top lane. Level 16 just got hit here. Zeratul going for more survivability with Stone Skin. Also going to see the nerfs of Steel for Sonya, Stone Form, and Brute Expansion, Hardened Focus. So 2 Hunter Killers. This is where the spike is going to happen for Error. Damage for Error is actually about 42,000. So very, very nice to see that. I like the fact that it takes a lot of discipline to kill those Hunter Killers. It's not going to be easy. So as long as there's a fight going on and if Zagar's alive, you can expect those consistent single target mid-level damage. Not burst, but just consistent damage over time coming from those Hunter Killers. It's going to be quite hard for Renovatio to deal with. Mutalisk would have allowed a better chase, but Hunter Killers would have allowed more damage. Vashdog Scarecrow having to pull back out. And yep, they're very comfortably almost 2 level ahead of GDG9. See the ETC just having a moment to himself right there. Rinza spots out ETC, nice Storm Bolt. No follow-up. You also see the Arcanaut missing behind. They don't have a big, like, 5v5. Oh, hold on, I thought Zagara once again getting caught out there by the Devouring Maw on 3 targets. No follow-up. Zagara is the primary damage dealer. She cannot afford to play so aggressively in front of her warriors like that. That is a big error. Pun intended. 19 against 17. Vashdog with another blink. The Shrine activating in just about 10 seconds. It's going to be ready. Zagara not available for the next 20 seconds. And the biggest mistake out of that just now was her using the Devouring Maw. So she does not have Devouring Maw for the next 65 seconds. It means that this next fight is 100% not going towards GDG9. Small little mistakes here and there. Just a very close game 1, but game 2, a little bit questionable decisions here. It's a lot of heals from Stronger. Rinza now trying to do whatever he can to pick up this Guardians. It's 1 against 19, so that's pretty cute. It might have been a little bit better if you went to soak the lane, but level 20 just got hit here by Ren1. Renovatio, that's going to be the Hunter's Blunderbuss, as well as Bolt of the Storm on Thrall and ETC. Temporal Flux is going to be on Li-Ming. Las Venalis is going to be Redemption on Uther. Just to check, yeah, it's the Hunter's Blunderbuss. So this is a bit of a splash to the back targets in the human form. "17 minutes into this game, almost 18, and the bottom 4 probably going to go down, but you can see that the plan here from GDG9 is just to try and buy time, split soak, push the lanes, and trade the tower. The fort going down, but don't think that they can't stop this Punisher. It should be a direct keep here. Very, very hard position for GDG9 to be in. They bait the Punisher to jump across the wall, and bait the Punisher in further a little bit, resulting in pretty effective damage against the Punisher. The keep already getting attempted here by the blue team. It looks like it's going to be a keep take here. 2-man stun. Haha goes in for the power slide, and the Mosh Pit connecting only on just 1 target, but you also see the Devouring Maw as well as the Void Prison on 4 members altogether. And it looks like the Punisher's still going to be alive. Sundering connecting the back line. Rinza now pops the Avatar. Will be okay. Arrow goes down yet again. Punisher's already gone, but the damage has been down. 3 men down, looking for more. Make it a really big pizza. And it's a 5-man team wide. Rinza, it's all that's left right now. You see the Divine Shield going in. GG's getting called out. It's a 5-inch pizza. Level 21 against level 19. Ladies and gentlemen, Renovatio gonna win this series 2-0 clean and neat. So we're gonna try and get a replay up, update the brackets as well. Just let you guys know, this looks very, very convincing. Renovatio, top seed of Group B. Resurgence, top seed of Group A. Both of these teams gonna meet 12 p.m. sharp tomorrow, local time. That will be one of the best games of this entire tournament. This entire circuit, in fact. Let's go into the replay. Here we go. Very obvious they were already ahead. Very nicely played by Muradin here, but unfortunately there's nothing the team could do. Zeratul still on the top lane trying to soak up some EXP. There's a bit of a slow there. Even if he did come back, probably Punisher's HP now will be at about 40% maximum. It's just this stun here. Very nice, very, very unfortunate. And this mosh pit, plus the fact they don't have a single target N-type burst. It's a Malfurion, remember? So the burst going through from Greymane, very effective. Sundering going on as well. VYY with those body blocks. Haha as well. They killed Zagara. They know it's game. Zagara's Devouring Maw used there. Did not do anything. The Punisher stayed alive for pretty long. It's a 5-man team wipe. That's as simple as it is. Team wipe, game. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about tomorrow now. Day 1 is completed. And, oh, actually, hold that thought. Getting some updates from the producer. Okay. Having an update, and I'm actually going to go through. So it seems like there's been a bit of a change here. It will be the lower brackets that's getting played first. The Resurgence versus Renovatio game is not going to come through until later on. So probably going to try and pull out tomorrow's bracket for you guys. Not sure if we have that on standby. I think it's just the group brackets that we have here. So in the meantime, you can stare at this screen. This is the group bracket. Do you have the double elimination bracket? Okay. So they're getting that one up, but this is the results from Group 1, or rather Group A. Resurgence 9. They didn't drop a single game. They didn't drop a single map today. Very clean games, 9 points. The Hothead Gaming from Thailand up against Renovatio 2. So 6 and 3. Feng Fei K Gaming from Malaysia is eliminated. And in Group B, Renovatio with 9 points. And Greedisgood with 3 points. Unfortunately, Relics with 6. So Renovatio Team 1 will take the top spot here. And 2 and 3 will go to Relics and Greedisgood. So we're just nicely preparing the switch around for tomorrow's brackets. And I think that tomorrow's first few games is going to go like this. You will have Hothead Gaming from Group A, second seed, face off against their own countrymen, Greedisgood. So that's a Thailand matchup. And on the other side, you will also have Relics face off against Renovatio 2. When those games are done, we will go for a lower bracket finals, a lower bracket semifinals. And that will be between Relics, whoever wins those first 2 games, all right? Whoever wins those first 2 games. And then we go to the upper bracket, then we go back down to the lower bracket for the lower bracket finals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches at least. 7 matches, that's a rubber set. Every single game tomorrow will be a best of 3. And the grand final, so a best of 3. Rubber set, also a best of 3. I'm very, very happy to have you guys join me today. So shout outs to you guys first and foremost for tuning in to the SEA games. Tomorrow we have the champion crowned, and we are ready to send him to Korea. But before that, definitely a lot of exciting games to do. Tune in tomorrow as well. 12 p.m. GMT +8. That would be 12 p.m. East Coast and 8 p.m. 12 a.m. East Coast, 8 p.m. West Coast, and also 5 a.m. Central European Time. CEST, I think. You guys are still in daylight saving. Yeah, Resurgence, hot favorites to go in. Renovatio also. Both of these teams have not dropped a single game, single map, this entire day 1. Very impressive series, but somebody's going to have to start losing tomorrow. It's either one of these two. RSG from Singapore, Renovatio 1 from the Philippines. Getting some updates on the side, by the way. Okay, we are actually not going to be able to give you the brackets on stream right now, but it will be ready by tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Shout out to sponsors, Razer, as well as Stream Partner XP for making all of this possible. Oh! My producers just told me the brackets are ready. We're getting this going through. They're getting this ready, so All right, so this is the playoffs, double elimination. And 70% already done, just 30% more to go. Tomorrow's games, we'll see on the side, Resurgence versus Renovatio. That's not going to happen first. Actually, the first match is going to be Relics against Renovatio 2, and then Hot Hit Gaming against Greedisgood. And then we are going into the lower bracket round 2, which is the winner of both of this series. And then we go to the upper bracket, Resurgence versus Renovatio. And then we go back down to the lower bracket for lower bracket finals for third place. And then we go back up to the grand finals. And then we have a champion, boys. That's all. It's a very simple series. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the ultimate champions for being with us throughout this entire broadcast. Been casting for the last 10 hours already. Solo casting is always very fun. Hope you guys enjoy that. Casting coverage brought to you by Babel. That's me. If you do, give me a follow on my Twitter. Would appreciate to interact with you guys and to talk and tweet as much as I can. That said, tomorrow, 12 p.m. sharp, remember to tune in. We're finally going to crown somebody out of SEA that's going to join up with Negative Synergy from Australia and New Zealand. That's going to join up Cloud9 as well as Team Naventic from North America. You also have E-Star, Edward Gaming from China. And right now, Europe's also doing its own regional, so tune in for that one. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend. We'll be back again tomorrow, 12 p.m. sharp. See you guys then. Goodbye. Crypt Humor there. Sonya top lane solo soak. They want to get a level 20 first. What's going to be the call here for GD99? They can take this fight right now. Scarecrow in a really bad spot. Should not be there. His Koa goes in. Picks up the kill very nicely. Renovatio now in a great spot. Devouring while connecting only on the Murden. Zagara's also gone. 2 men down on the side of GD9. You see the Mighty Guys coming out. Misery Pro using Bullet to Stomp. The very nice Gravity Labs connecting on Verstar. Can you believe that? Boom, baby. It's a kill. Rexar's gone. 3 men down on the side of GD99.